Hi there. Big guy here. This is Cardboard Meditation. Thank you very much for checking this out. If you kind of looked at the thumbnail there and kind of what is going on, I had the same question. What is going on? Went to the Card Fest down at the Shipshewana Event Center in Shipshewana, Indiana. It's not too far from my house, about an hour and a half. And normally it's quite uneventful getting there and getting back. This time, not so much. And then while I'm there, some strange things were going on. So I'm not sure exactly how to frame this video, but I wanted to show you some, just very few of the pickups I had. I didn't really get that much. I wanted to show you some cards over there because I was very excited about the vintage that they had. And then just one of the problems I keep having when I'm going to shows. And, well, let's just start with the big thing, and that is that just 35 miles maybe from where the event is at in Shipshewana, we were having, because it's not far from where I live, some severe weather, very severe weather. In fact, 3 people died as a result of a tornado that touched down in Union City. And also in Three Rivers, there was one that crashed through and knocked over a part of a wall at a Menards. And nobody at the event center knew this was happening. Everything outside looked fine, kind of overcast, a little humid, but it was nice. And it was just sobering on the way home to see all the lights, because by the time I was driving home, it was dark. I could see all the lights from in Union City that were, it looked like an airport when I drove by. It was like all the lights were on, and there was just probably 50, I don't know, maybe, that many emergency vehicles out there with the lights going. I had no idea what was going on until I got home and found out that a tornado had gone through there. So it was just an odd thing. We'll show you some pictures of that in a minute. Another problem I keep having, this is the 3rd time I've been to Shipshewana for the show, and every time I go, I can't find the cards I'm looking for. I'm looking for some simple cards. I'm looking for a 54 Bowman Yogi Berra. I'm looking for a 52 and a 53 Johnny Mize. Simple cards are just not there. I'm starting to think maybe I should just look for some other, look to some other card shows in the area. We've got some coming up, but just kind of disappointed by the whole thing. And it just wasn't a very productive day. And it's just the tornadoes kind of cast a pall on the events. But I did get a chance. It's a lot like golf and a lot like fishing. A bad day hunting for baseball cards is better than a good day at work or something like that. And I got a chance to spend time with my friend, my buddy. We walked around, looked at stuff, and so it was good. It's just not productive. And I'm just doubting maybe going to some other shows. Maybe I'll do that. I don't go to every show that's in the area. Maybe I should. Anyway, let's go ahead first. Let's take a look at my pickups. Let's take a look at some cards that were there, mostly vintage, so you'll be able to take a look at that. And then we'll just take a glance at some of the wreckage from the tornado that went through. Okay, so here's the deal. I couldn't get into the parking lot because all of these buggies and horses were there. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, big guy, was it fragrant right there? And yes, very fragrant. Tried talking to those horses right there. They just looked at me funny, but not nearly as funny as the Amish folks that own them were looking at me. But as you can see, that's a long walk up to the MEC. There was a lot of vintage there. I was very surprised. There was a lot of Pokemon as well. A lot of current stuff, a lot of new things, but a lot of really nice vintage stuff there. And some of it, well, like this, kind of shocked me that it was here at this particular event. You don't see these just about anywhere. That Mickey Mantle and Ken Griffey Jr. Upper Deck card, not just one, 2 of them. And then a 3rd one just is missing the Ken Griffey Jr. autograph. You can see the One right above there with Aaron Judge
These are
and
where?
Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds. That's a nice autograph card.
But I'm not gonna go to Dubai this year.
What's that?
Dubai too. But
There
I'm
were
probably
a
gonna skip that
lot
one this
At
year.
least for the time being.
Yeah.
beautiful cards in
Probably.
this guy's collection
Yeah.
here that he was selling.
I had no idea there were shows in Bangkok.
The basketball market,
Right
especially.
there,
like
some
in South
nice
Asia,
Jackie
is
Robinson up there.
great. There's some
And of course, there's the Ken Griffey Jr. that is very plentiful. A lot of people had
Are
those,
they people
but
that are native to that land
yeah.
that collects them?
he had
the
much
NBA
more
is
than
huge
that.
in China, especially.
And that's his. You can see it upside down, but it's here. This is the guy that owned these cards and said he sets up all over the world. I couldn't believe it. He was in Bangkok and actually set up shows in Dubai.
It's hard to keep track still. So
I didn't know people did that. He said the NBA is really big over in Bangkok, in China. There's some really nice 53s. Right down here in the corner, some Johnston cookies. I would love to have that Eddie Matthews. And the Warren Spahn, but I love Eddie Matthews. Here's some more current stuff, basketball cards. I didn't see that Miguel Cabrera card there, that fire card. That's really cool. There's some Diamond Stars. Yeah, these were some nice cards. And now just over a little bit, there's that 53 Bowman everybody wants. The most popular card in the world. A lot of mantles there. And I see a Nolan Ryan rookie. A lot of Nolan Ryans in there. And there's a lot of good cards in here. A lot of good cards. And you can see they are old. They are vintage. Got some other things mixed into them. It's not like going to the National or something like that, but it's by far certainly not the kind of stuff that you're used to seeing in local shows. Harlem Globetrotter cards. I love those. I'd like to get a set of those. I don't know why. They're just cool cards. There's some newer vintage stuff. Late 60s, early 70s. There's some 50s in there. I was shocked by the amount of vintage that was here. I think there might have been more here this year or this time than I had seen in the past two visits to the Shipsy show. I might be wrong, but that's just the way it looked to me. And here's some really interesting things in here. There's some of those Topps pinbacks. Those are really cool. And then these stickers. I love the maze. I love that Willie Mays. That's just, I don't even know what I would do with that. It would be very hard to display, but it would sure be a nice thing to own. The baby bull right there. There is a K-line in here. Right there. I was eyeballing that bad boy. It was really nice. Lots of Tiger stuff here. Verlander autographs. A lot of good vintage here with another K-line and Ted Williams and Roberto Clemente. It was a nice selection and a great show. Okay, these are my pickups right here. That Diamond Star there, Sam Bird with the pinhole. That was one of them. And the Matt Batts and the Art Houdeman were also there. And then I picked up these Mag Pro lights, and that was it. This is a Menards in Three Rivers. And then here is a good chunk of territory in Union City. And I saw this on the way home at night. I couldn't tell what was going on there. I just saw the police lights.